Arsenal versus RC Lens is the game that's going to be played tomorrow at the Emirates Stadium that capacitates 60,704 people at the Emirates Stadium. And remember, this is the return of Champions League football, and it's going to be a Wednesday football night returning at the Emirates, because Arsenal had gone ahead to play some good games away from home, and here they come to obviously coming through and obviously return at the stadium. Remember, over the weekend, Arsenal went ahead to beat Brentford by 1-0, scored late in the 89th minute by Kai Havertz. But for RC Lens, they went ahead to obviously face a side known as Clermont Foot, and they beat it by 3-0. Eli Wahi scored in the 11th minute, Adrian Thompson 50th minute, and Wesley Said made it 3 in the 83rd minute. But Eli Wahi got a straight red card in the 48th minute of the first half, and he was obviously sent off. But that doesn't mean that he's not going to take part into the game of Arsenal that is going to be played tomorrow at the Emirates, because this is a red card into the League One, not into the Champions League. The only player that is going to miss out because of a red card is going to be Morgan Guilavogui. The name is really hard. Morgan Guilavogui, who has to serve a ban because he was sent off as they lost to PSV by 1-0 in match day 4 of the UEFA Champions League. Welcome to our channel. Let's see close to 300 likes much in this video. Rokani is my name, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, the other players that are out of this game from the side of RC Lens are Devia Machedo. He's having an adapter problem. Jimmy Cabot is having an ACL with Ferrins is also having an ACL, but the rest of the players are available to come in through and obviously play part into the side of RC Lens. For Arsenal, who are really out, that we don't expect to take part in this game of football, Julian Timber, Thomas Partey, Emily Smith-Rowe. Those are totally out, and Arsenal welcomes back to players that never took part into the game of Brentford. One was Fabio Vieira, because he really got a straight red card as Arsenal beat Burnley by 3-1, and that means he still has more 2 games to miss out for the club of Arsenal. And the other player is going to be David Raya, who never took part into the game as Arsenal played the team where this man really came in from. That is none other than Brentford. So those are the absentees, but the rest of the players are already available, and that takes us into the predicted starting 11 of Arsenal and what the head-to-head is and what my prediction is gonna be onto this beautiful channel of ours. But you have to remember that the last time Arsenal really played RC Lens, RC Lens beat Arsenal by 2-1. And the last time Arsenal played the game at the Emirates, they beat Sevilla by 2-0. And remember, RC Lens' last visit was match day 4 away in Netherlands, and they lost to PSV by 1-0. So it obviously shows you that they've not been good visitors, apart from drawing, I think, 1-1 with Sevilla. But they've not been good visitors, and it shows you that Arsenal has gone ahead to win 3 out of the possible 4 games, and they have 9. They only need 1 point to qualify, but a win will be very much important and pivotal into the season of Arsenal. Now, let's go into the predicted starting 11 of Arsenal and see how Mikel Arteta is planning to obviously line up as his team of Arsenal hosts RC Lens, a team that went ahead to obviously apply a lot of physicality away from home, that is in France, and the atmosphere was always hostile for Arsenal, and they never had a chance to obviously get a point from that side. Remember, Gabriel Jesus went ahead to obviously score that only goal for Arsenal, and he has gone ahead to score in every Champions League game. He scored against RC Lens, he scored against PSV, and he scored against Sevilla. And this time round is returning tomorrow to see whether he obviously does and keep his record going. Then in goal, as you know, David Raya is going to return in between the stitches of Arsenal. He was not able to play against his team that loaned him to Arsenal, that is Brentford, and David Raya is returning to obviously do the needful. And we all know that the first choice goalkeeper of Arsenal is none other than David Raya, and Aaron Ramsdale looks like he's far off from the selection by Mikel Arteta onto him becoming that person to obviously play part into that side of Arsenal. So we all know that the first choice goalkeeper of Arsenal is David Raya, and he's obviously getting back in the stitches. And remember what he did that costed Arsenal the first goal that leveled the game. Remember, Arsenal was the first team to score, right? And after Arsenal scored, then towards the end of the first half, David Raya made a very huge mistake that costed his team and obviously went ahead to concede. So he gets back in between the stitches, and he's having a lot of criticism amidst Aaron Ramsdale coming in through and deputizing all and standing in for him in between the stitches of Arsenal as they took on Brentford and made some one or two couple of mistakes. But when you look at the mistakes that David Raya went ahead to obviously put up, they are really huge ever since he came in between the stitches of Arsenal in the game of Everton that saw Arsenal win it by 1-0. So we go to the right back. Ben White came in through and really played some little minutes as Arsenal played against Brentford, and we are obviously here to tell you that he's obviously going to start as a right back. I believe he's going to start because Arteta loves this guy, and I will be surprised if he's not named into the starting 11 of Arsenal. That is Benjamin White. Then the left back, I think it's going to be Zinchenko. I saw Zinchenko really put in an effort that he has not always gone ahead to put in, because he saw to it that Arteta has no favoritism when it comes to picking his team. In the previous games, Tomiyasu had always been seen as a favorite to play in these serious games of physicality, but in the game of Brentford, when Zinchenko was given a chance, he obviously put in a shift that everyone went ahead to notice. And remember, there is a ball that he denied to cross the goal line of Arsenal after he had gone ahead to give away possession. So that is Zinchenko for you, and all what he offers to the side of Arsenal as the left back. Central defense, it's not gonna change. William Saliba, right side of the central defense, and Gabriel Magalhaes playing onto the left side of the central defense. And to bring you up to speed, this defense has always gone ahead to do wonders at the Emirates, because Arsenal have not gone ahead to concede any goal in the Champions League when they are playing at the Emirates ever since this Champions League season started. They've gone ahead to play 2 games. They never conceded against PSV when they beat PSV by 4-0, and they never conceded against Sevilla when they beat Sevilla by 2-0. And when they play away from home, they've gone ahead to concede 1 goal. They've gone ahead to lose 2-1. They've gone ahead to lose 1 game away from home. They lost 2-1, and they went ahead to really beat the side of Sevilla 2-1, and they conceded 1 goal away from home. So it's the vice versa of the Premier League. Arsenal really keep clean sheets away at home in the Premier League, and when they play away from home, they obviously keep clean sheets. So in the Champions League, they've shown us that they can obviously keep clean sheets at home and not keep clean sheets away from home. So we don't know why, but those are the dynamics of the game, and that is the back 5 of Arsenal. We go to the central midfield. I really believe he's obviously going to get Declan Rice going into the CDM area for the club of Arsenal. Declan Rice is really one of the spines of Arsenal, and he's really showing that you bought me for £105 million. I obviously go ahead and obviously get you the best that you deserve at this squad. And remember what he did when Aaron Ramsdale really went ahead to gift that ball to Mbeumo, and he cleared that ball off the line, and he went ahead to obviously put in lots of shifts into that CDM area. So I really anticipate that he's going to play as the CDM, to play in the single pivot alongside the man that returned from injury and really played some good minutes against Brentford, that is Martin Odegaard. He's obviously going to be part of the team of Arsenal in there for you. And I think the man who really went ahead to score a goal, that is Kai Havertz. He's obviously going to play into the midfield 3. So I anticipate that the midfield of Arsenal is going to go back to how it started this season. Remember, Arteta just went ahead to obviously change it because Kai Havertz had not gone ahead to obviously pick up, but him getting a goal shows you that that midfield is obviously going to go back as it was. And when you look at the physicality that the team of RC Loans really brings up on the field of play on the table, then Arteta needs to be having Kai Havertz and Declan Rice, because Their physicality is undoubted, and they are really hard players, though when it comes to passing that ball, they are really great. Martin Odegaard is another one. We've seen him really improve on the distance that he covers this season. So that is the midfield three of Arsenal. Let's go to the front three. The front three, I think it's going to be Bukayo Saka, a man who put up an assist for Kai Havertz's goal. That is it. And he's obviously going to play as a right forward. Then a left forward is going to be Gabriel Martinelli. No doubt about that. And who is leading the line? I think it's going to be Gabriel Jesus. That is the predicted starting 11 for the side of Arsenal, that I believe is going to take on the side of RC Lens at the Emirates. When you look at that starting 11, it just shows you that it is going to be brought up to obviously kill off the game. That is it. And at Emirates, Arsenal are obviously going to be having 60 plus fans that are obviously going to be backing them. And RC Lens is obviously going to face it hard at the Emirates, because at the Emirates it's always different, and Arsenal really goes ahead to obviously silence any team in there for you. When you look at the changes that anticipate him to make, David Raya for Ramsdale, Ben White for Tomiyasu, Kai Havertz for Leandro Trossard. I think those are the three changes I think he's going to make. But I won't be surprised if at all Jorginho plays part into that game of football. That is it. And again, he puts Kai Havertz back on the bench and then brings him off the bench, because he might obviously come out and really show us that he's a very good, impactful player off the bench. And you cannot downplay the efforts of a player who comes off the bench and obviously gives you a winning goal. So I don't know how Arteta is going to treat him, but I believe he's going to start him because of how he obviously went into the fans of Arsenal and really took him there to obviously send them a message that you are slating this guy, but he has gone ahead to come in through and obviously scored us that important goal. So that is it coming in from that side of us. Let's go to the head-to-head stats that Guga's gone ahead to compile. 1. Arsenal have never beaten RC Lens in the UEFA Champions League match in 3 attempts. 1 draw, 2 losses. It is the most times they have faced an opponent without winning in a competition. So, in the Champions League, Arsenal have not gone ahead to register any win against RC Lens. And that is really a very, very motivating factor. And if you flip the coin, it's another threatening factor to the side of Arsenal, that they need to treat this game with the required energy, and execution. That is it. Because if you've gone ahead to draw once and lose 2 to a team, that shows you that Champions League history can obviously come in through and come into play. But I believe Arsenal are really going to be favorites to win this game. Then, all 5 of RC Lens' previous European matches against English teams have come against Arsenal. They've gone ahead to win 2, drawn 1, and lost 2. Their last away game against the Gunners was in April 2000 in the UEFA Cup semi-final, losing 1-0 at Highbury to a Dennis Bergkamp goal. So, in the UEFA Cup, I think that was the UEFA, that's the UEFA Europa League, they went ahead to beat them. But the Champions League, they haven't gone ahead to obviously beat them in any levels. Then the other one is, since losing his first European home game in charge of Arsenal in February 2020, that is 1-2 by Vice Olympiacos in the UEFA Europa League, Ghana's boss Mikel Arteta has only suffered 1 defeat in the last 12 such games at the Emirates Stadium. 8 wins, 3 draws, winning 5 of the last 6. So he's having a very good record at the Emirates, and he has only lost to Olympiacos in the European game. So it shows you how pivotal Arteta is becoming and getting into the mix. Then the last 9 UEFA Champions League games between French and English sides played in England, the visitors have suffered 8 defeats and only managed 1 victory. That was against Manchester United, that is PSG. I remember that game. It ended United 1, PSG 3, because Fred was given a red card, and they went ahead to capitalize on that. Each of the last 6 in a row have been won by the home side. So Arsenal has a very, 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 very huge impact and history backing when it comes to English teams playing against French teams. Then, lastly, All 9 of Arsenal's goals in the UEFA Champions League this season have been from open play, with only Atletico Madrid and Bayern Munich scoring as often from open play in the first 4 matches, also 9. Indeed, only one of Arsenal's last 16 goals in the competition have been scored from a set piece. Alex Sanchez versus Bayern Munich in February 2017 from an indirect free kick. So that's what history is really showing us as far as this game of football is concerned. And Arsenal have gone ahead to score 9 goals. And we all know that scorers: Jesus, Saka, Trossard, Martinelli. Who else? I think they are the only ones that have gone ahead to score for Arsenal. But the tally of those goals is 9. And we anticipate that they're obviously going to score more. Now, what is my prediction as far as this game of football is concerned? Arsenal 3, RC Lons 1. But I see Arsenal taking it wholesomely. 3-1, and I think Arsenal are going to qualify tomorrow. And when they qualify, it's obviously going to be very important for them because they can obviously play a second string side when they are playing PSV, depending on what Mikel Arteta really wants into his team. But they should also really try to obviously understand that this team is obviously going to play a low block, and they're having fast players up front, meaning that they will want to hit Arsenal on the break. But it's hard to obviously hurt Arsenal when you hit them on the break because they're having two lightning quick central defenders in Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. But Wahi is one of those to really watch out for, to see to it that they don't really allow him to come in through and obviously do the needful. So guys, that's what I had for you in as the match preview of Arsenal versus RC Lons. But remember, if Arsenal win this game, they are obviously going to qualify for the round of 16, and that will be very important to top the group because they'll be seeded top, and they'll obviously go ahead and really facing teams that might not be stronger than them. So that's what I had for you here onto the Rokani Media Football. Thank you very much for watching through. Smash the like button, comment and share if you're only watching us for the very first time. Endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name, and I sign out for now. See you later, but your predictions are welcome in the comment section below. I've gone ahead to let you know my prediction: 3-1 in favor of Arsenal, and I think they're obviously going to qualify and they're going to dominate that game because even when they lost their game away at RC Lons, they put up a fight. You know, they put up a fight, but because of some sluggish defending and the poor distribution of David Raya by then, it costed Arsenal that game. So guys, bye bye, see you later. The Muslims balak fikum, the Christians may the living to God bless you abundantly. I'm out. Ciao ciao.